In this episode, we'll discuss the VLookup and the XLookup functions. Mentioned that some people had qualified for discounts, so we'll use the VLookup and the XLookup functions to identify who qualified for the discounts and the type of discounts they qualified for. But firstly, let's try and understand the logic of the lookup functions. The lookup functions allow you to look up a value in a table and return a corresponding value from another column. This could be in the same spreadsheet or a different spreadsheet. How this is useful is if you're dealing with different types of spreadsheets which have corresponding or related data. Simply put, the lookup functions address three questions. Firstly, what are you looking for? Secondly, where do you want to look? And third, what value do you want to return? Let's start with the VLookup function. So this is the normal VLookup syntax, and as I was explaining, you have the value that you are looking for here, and then where you want to look. And with the VLookup, you also have to enter the column number where your value is placed, whether it's a column 1, 2, or 3 or 4. And then after that, you have to enter whether Excel should return an approximate match or an exact match. Usually we choose the exact match so that it gives you the exact value that you are looking for. So let's just see an example of this in Excel. So in this file we have two sheets, this one that we've always been using and the discount data file, which has the different types of discounts and the people who have qualified for them. So we'll be using the VLookup function to try and see who has qualified for which discount. So you come here, right, equals VLookup, and as I was explaining, you're going to be firstly looking at the lookup value, which either could be the name or the ID. So I think for now let's just use the ID, and then the table array, and that is where are you looking for this ID number. So we'll be looking at the ID number in here in this range, and the next part will be entering where the column number that we're looking for. So this is column 1, 2, 3, so it will be 3 because it's in column C. So you just write 3 there, and then the range lookup is, do you want it true or false, which is like the approximate match or the exact match. What we are looking for is the exact match, so we'll enter that and then close the bracket. And as you can see, it says that person A is qualified for the group discount, and with the money difference here, if you remember, the registration fee was 9,000. So this means that from the 9,000 they've registered with 8,100, meaning that they did indeed qualify for a discount. And in order to fill the other ones up, you don't have to repeat the same equation. You could just when you come to the corner of your cell here, there's a plus sign that appears. Either you double click that and then it will fill it up, or you can just track that. So let's just confirm. So apparently this all have qualified for a group discount. This means then that I guess the group discount was 9,900, and as you can see, even with this one, is still 8.1. So that's how you could actually like verify if the function that you've used is correct. And so next we'll be using the XLookup. So there's a slight change in the XLookup from the VLookup. We still have the value that we are looking for. However, now it specified the lookup array and the return array. This is important in case your columns in your data set shifts, and so it wouldn't affect your calculations. We also have a value to return if no match is found. This is important in case you have blanks within your data, and in order for it not to return an error, the function really helps a lot. And just like with the VLookup, you have the type of match that you want, whether it should return an exact match, an approximate match, and included here is also the search type. So let's just see an example in Excel. So we'll still follow the same procedure. You'll say equals, and this time you'll choose the XLookup, and it will look for lookup value, lookup array, return array, if not found, match mode, and search mode. So for today I won't be using the other ones. So we'll still go to the unique ID and go and look at the lookup array in the discount data. And I think the simplest thing here, which I found to be useful, is you want to look it up. So because we are using the unique ID, you have to highlight where that unique ID appears. So it's appearing in column A, so you just highlight the lookup array, and we want the return array. So the return array is, what are we looking for? We're looking for the discount. So this is the column C. You'll just highlight that, and like I said, I won't be using the if not found and match mode and search mode. So here I'll just close my bracket and say enter, and what we found, the type of discount that we'll find, it should actually match what we already found in the VLookup. So I'll just press enter here, and like I explained before, you don't have to repeat the same calculation. You could just come here, and then when the plus sign appears, you double click, or you just press onto that and highlight. So as you can see, they do actually, let's go up and see this, they match, and yeah, they match. That means that our XLookup is actually correct. So I think the XLookup is a very shorter and straightforward method to use when you are trying to look up values, and it's actually quicker. So I think maybe here will be where I can show you that example that I was making about the changing in the columns. So let's just say that maybe your column would just enter, insert a column here. So now we have 4 columns. So as you can see with the VLookup, because we used column 3, which was column C, it now changed, because you remember, like with here we used 3 as the column. So because our columns have shifted, then it's now picking column C, which now is the name, because we've added the new column here. And I think that's a limitation with the VLookup function. And with the XLookup, nothing has changed, because actually we chose the specific columns, which was the column A and the column D. So regardless of how your data shifts and grows, it wouldn't affect your calculation. So I think, yeah, the XLookup is a proper one to actually use when you don't want things to shift or change and your calculations to break up, especially if you anticipate that as you do more calculations, as you adjust your data sets, that columns may shift around.